The Horn of Africa is facing one of its highest levels of food insecurity. How bad is the situation and what measures are in place to try and help?
So this is the worst drought in over 40 years. And it is unprecedented because on top of the drought situation, which is creating severe hunger and a severe hunger crisis, and the lack of access to water and challenges to people's livelihoods, it has been compounded by COVID-19, which we know has stretched all countries and societies and has disrupted global supply chains, has increased inflation. And now on top of this, we also have the crisis in Ukraine, which is further increasing the food prices and the cost of fuel.
How has climate change affected food security?
The big crisis that is underlying all of this is the climate crisis, which means that normally if there are drought situations, pastoralists can move from one area to another because they know where to find areas that are less harsh, and that has been working for centuries. Pastoralist communities are incredibly resilient. When I was last week in Somalia, I was very impressed with them and their ability to cope in an extreme situation. But now this climate crisis is really affecting them and breaking those coping mechanisms. So what we're doing at the moment, and many organizations together with our partners, is supplying life-saving water, food, cash that allows them also to work on rebuilding livelihoods. But it's a huge displacement situation also. So over 3 million people just in Somalia, but many million across the Horn of Africa. And then we have a situation in South Sudan, which is on floods. So 5 years of continuous floods, which is also something that is really putting a huge stress on all our responses.
How can Africa improve food security?
I hope for the future is really changing the way in which these communities live, changing the culture, and considering large infrastructure projects that are going to transform the conditions in these very dry areas that are increasingly being hit by these extreme weather events.